and welcome to this lecture on why manage time in this course on excellence in time management. In this section, we've been trying to help you understand why manage time to gain excellence in time management that can help you do even better in life. And what we learn at the end of this lecture is why manage time. So, what do you think? Any thoughts? So why should you manage time? Why manage time? Why not let it just go away or go away and go be spent as it happens? Why actively manage time? So there are a couple of reasons. There are many reasons for doing that. The first, it's that time is the most precious resource, right? Do you agree? It doesn't wait for anyone. A second gone is a second gone. A minute gone is a minute gone. An hour gone is an hour gone. And a day gone, a year gone, the time just goes away and it doesn't come back. And it doesn't wait, and you can't get back the lost time. If you spent an hour doing nothing and you kind of wasted it, you can't get it back. So it's the most perishable resource. Second thing, it's a scarce resource. Probably the most scarce resource. You have only 24 hours in a day. You wish many times that you had more, but you don't. You can't. And there are only 365 days in a year, and in your life also there are certain number of years that you have. So it's a scarce resource. The third thing is it's a most inelastic resource. There are resources that if money can buy, you can trade off with something else. But whatever you do, you cannot increase number of hours in a day, can you? Can you, in your day, can you put it as 26 hours? Not really. Similarly, number of years, the number of days in a year are fixed, like 365 days. Now, I cannot say whether in your life you have fixed number of years. That probably you can handle by how you manage your life better. It is said that more stress less are you or less stressful are you, you have a longer life. In ancient India, there were times when people lived thousands of years, so it is said. And I've been trying to understand what happened at that point in time versus now, or in the last couple of centuries, that we live only about 100 years max. And one of the things that has happened in recent years, which did not happen in those ancient Indian times, was the stress. Earlier periods of those 1,000 years of life, people did not compete with each other. They were satisfied with whatever they could get. And hence they lived a stressless life. They didn't have stress of competing and accumulating wealth. Whereas in this century or in a couple of centuries, we have been accumulating life and stressing ourselves and living lesser. Right. So that's a story that I wanted to tell you about. How can you get more out of your life? The only thing that you can do with time is that you can use it wisely. Wisely is the word. And create maximum value for your life. The same hour that you spend, if you enjoy, it fulfills your life's goals and priorities. Then you feel happier, you probably will live longer. And so you need to manage your time actively. You need to manage your time to use it wisely and create maximum value for your life. What gives you maximum happiness? It is also said, happier you are in life, longer you can live. So how can you know if you are managing the time well? Any thoughts? You need to ask yourself questions on a daily basis. You need to ask on a daily basis how much of your time are you spending productively creating value for your life, not for someone else's life, for your own life. This value will be in terms of what you want to achieve in your life, in terms of its goals and priorities. Are you feeling satisfied? Are you feeling content with whatever you're doing in that particular amount of time? And that's the value you can create. You can analyze the time spent on a daily basis. You should spend time on a daily basis. Maybe intuitively, maybe structurally, maybe very systematically. And determine how well are you spending your time. If you had 24 hours, in a day, in yesterday's time? How many hours did you spend productively? Something that you're happy about. You can accumulate this data over a period of time to track your progress. You can draw a nice Excel chart or a PPT chart and see how many hours of a day, how good utilization of your time in terms of meeting your life's priority and goals are you doing it. And that can tell you how well are you managing time. And you could use, once if you can start tracking your reasonableness or the value of your time that you're spending, then you can use the metrics that I'm going to show you in the next slide to determine how well are you doing, how far are you from excellent, or how excellent are you. So if you are using your time productively in creating the value for your life and you are spending 95% of your time excellent, then you are an excellent in terms of managing your time. If that starts slipping below 95 but are still above 75, you could still pat yourself on the back and say, yeah, I'm good, I'm managing time well, but not still excellently. Because versus 5% tolerance that we give and take, you are now spending almost like from 25% to 6% of your time. Then, of course, lower your slip, and if your productive time utilized is less than 75 and above 50, you're just about satisfactory. And if you're spending half of your time not content about the way you've spent it, not satisfied, then obviously you have a long way to go. So having looked at how to track or how to measure how well are you spending your time, and let's look at what do we do next. So what we're going to look at is how good are you in managing time. Right from the how well are you spending time to, we will shift gears to talking about how well are you managing your time. So thank you so much for watching this lecture on why manage time. I hope you continue to learn something new, continue to enjoy, and I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.